Hey guys, we're the St. John's.
And you're watching 101.9 KINK Radio in the Skype Live studio.
Right, the St. John's. Hi. So I'm just going to go out here and say this. First of all, have you ever been to Portland before today?
No, it's the first time.
Okay, so this is weird. Everybody thinks you guys are a local band.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. We want to be local.
Well, okay, but you don't understand. St. John's is like a big area of Portland here. We even have a bridge. The St. John's Bridge, and it's the most beautiful bridge in the world, almost.
We
right?
built that bridge.
Yeah,
You
it's
did
for
build
us.
that bridge.
Yeah.
I was wondering, why isn't that on your album cover?
Well, we just wanted to go for a different vibe, man.
That remind. Okay, so your album cover, it's Dead of Night, right?
Yeah.
It shows you guys on a tropical beach. What does that have to do with the Dead of Night? Where did you come up with that
I
idea?
just wanted to confuse you.
You just wanted a free trip to some tropical island.
Yeah, we were like photo shoot.
I love that you think that's a tropical island, though. That was very much Venice Beach, and there
was it?
homeless people everywhere. They're just edited out.
Well, why Venice Beach?
That's where we were staying at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Really put a lot of thought into this, man.
But do you know that the town I grew up in is in St. Johns County? So St. John's it's a big deal to us too.
We grew up in Florida.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's
There's a river, right? St.
Yes.
John's River.
So maybe we're the sister brother
Cousin.
to Portland.
Yeah.
Sister brother cousin.
Maybe we're just gonna move here one day.
You guys would fit in because you're already a local band here. So
We're also just enough weird.
you are just enough weird.
Yeah.
So the album, it basically took you guys 7 years to make. I mean, you've been around for 7 years, right? Together as a group.
Well, we've been playing together. We did the math the other day, and it's 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough math.
That is.
Yeah.
Let's see. You carry the one. Why so long to come out with your first album?
Well, I think it took us a while to kind of figure out who we were together.
I think the first half of that was doing beach covers in St. Augustine. Not the first half, but a lot of that time was building up to where we are now. We moved to Nashville about 5 years ago, and that's when we kind of really committed to being all right, let's try to hone in on what we want to do.
Yeah.
So
Right. Well, so that brings me to another question. Why Nashville? You're not really a country band. That seems to be the mecca for country. Why not L.A., Venice Beach?
Yeah. I mean, actually, that was on the list. L.A., Austin, New York. We ended up living in New York for a little bit. But, Nashville, it's so cool. As the city grows, more and more music is coming into Nashville. So it's almost so much less country and more everything is coming there now. We go and see hip hop shows there. So
there's a whole movement and magazine called No Country for New Nashville.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
where
Wow.
it's like an uprising.
Yeah.
And we feel like we're part of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. You guys, you started out, I'll give everybody a quick background.
Please do.
You met at a party,
Taco Tuesday party.
Taco Tuesday party. Everybody else was getting drunk and doing college kid stuff.
Yeah.
And you guys decided, let's just jam. Let's just get up here and jam. And it
Yeah.
worked out so well. The chemistry was so good that you're like, let's start a band. Right? Is that pretty much what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we were let's start a band, but we were hey,
yeah.
you want to play an open mic with me?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Our first gig was an open mic.
Yeah, I think that's pretty standard.
Was that you trying to take her out on a date, or was that...
No, I mean, I think if
I hope not.
there was ever
Surprise!
if there was ever a romantic thing, it would have been the first 5 minutes of meeting, and then we were like, oh no, that's not how this is going to
And
go.
I think I was dating somebody at the time, so it was
Right.
Just off the table, just
Yeah.
all about the music, man.
So you guys toured colleges then.
yeah, we did.
And
for a while.
you must have some great stories from that. I'm
We
assuming.
really do.
What's one that you can
man.
remember?
Okay, I have one that's maybe rated R, and so I'll not go with that one.
Iowa Central Community College comes to mind.
Yeah, a lot of community colleges where they set us up in so a few of these community colleges that we visited are now in old elementary schools, and you know how in an elementary school the stage auditorium is also the cafeteria.
Right.
So they had us set up.
Classic elementary school vibe.
They had us set up on that stage, and no one was there except for the lady who worked the cafeteria.
Yeah.
And
Lunch lady.
yeah, and we had asked them for monitors so we could hear ourselves, these guys, you know?
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, so we don't know where you want these. And they were
they rolled
TV monitors.
They rolled up like an AV cart with like an old like big box TV. Like, I don't know why you needed monitors, but you know we brought them.
My favorite show's coming on.
And we were like, honestly, this isn't your fault. This isn't your fault. We're just gonna play the show.
That was awesome.
And watch a movie.
Oh my God. Well, I polled the audience on a question. We had someone back here that wants to know, what was your first song that you remember?
Like writing or hearing?
Ask him.
Hearing. My dad played folk music, and so I think the first song that I remember, it was an original Al Johnson special. That's my dad. But man, I think it was called "La La La Liberal." Is the name of the song? That's not even a joke, but yeah, I guess. So that's kind of tells you a lot about my life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's such a good question. My mom always had music on in the house growing up, and just stuff that I remember like vividly, like always on, were like Gypsy Kings. She was obsessed. And who else? Like Jimmy Buffett. Like, I grew up in Florida. My grandfather like played a lot of music, so I heard that a lot. I don't know, man. The first song, that's hard. I don't know.
first concert I went to was Hanson, though. Other than my dad's shows.
Aren't those chicks hot?
Oh man. No, we just played in Tulsa the other day, and I was like, "Hey guys, like Tulsa, home of Hanson," and everybody was like, "What?" I was like, "Come on."
Bop. Prince recently passed away yesterday, as you all know. He's affected everybody I've even come in contact with. How has he affected you? Do you have any memories of Prince that you'd like to share?
I mean, just like I was saying, my mom constantly had music on, and one thing that she would play a lot when we cleaned the house was Prince. And I was telling you a minute ago, like, that was the first time I ever, like, felt sexual. I was, like, washing a window, and I was like, yeah. Like, so that was, like, a fun, like, being 10 years old and, like, feeling cool.
Oh. Yeah, I think few musicians, few people in general have done so much for the music industry as Prince did, both on the business side and the musical aspects of his career. And we've lost so many of those people in the last, like, even just 2 years. It's really been terrible. And anyway, I don't know. It was really hard yesterday.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's hard getting to know new bands, and I found out the best way to do it is for you guys to ask each other questions. So, what is a question, Lewis, that you've always wanted to know about Jordan?
I'm so nervous.
Why do you love the Kardashians so much?
Oh, busted.
Rhetorical question, though.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Jesus.
I mean, he's
Awesome.
married in, right?
Yes.
He's part of the clan. I don't know. I do.
I know you do.
Courtney's my favorite. And there's no reason. I'm just entertained by them.
Do you
And
play
I
the
like
video
that they
game?
love each other so hard.
You play the video game?
No. Well, I did for a minute, and then I deleted it. It took up too much space. It's fun on the car rides, though.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
She says she did, but she was like earlier in this tour.
Yeah, I deleted it, though. It took up too much space.
She
But,
became the ultimate
hey,
diva.
like,
game ended.
Yeah, it's a guilty pleasure, and at the same time, I don't really feel guilty about it.
All right,
You know?
I hear you.
Like, I'm telling you because you're judging me right now that I feel guilty, but I really don't.
It's okay.
What do you want to know about Lewis?
One question that I thought of because I know too much about you, and one thing I don't know is who your favorite Spice Girl was.
Oh man, that's rough. What does
Do you
Baby
remember
look
them?
like?
She had pigtails, blonde. That's you
kinda
like
cool.
blondes. His girlfriend is
You
blonde.
like blondes?
Maybe I don't like Scary. I don't think I'm not that kind of.
Oh, that was my girl.
Yeah.
I don't really know the Spice Girls very well. I was more of a Hanson guy.
Hence the blondes.
Oh, man. All right. Well, you guys are playing tonight at the Doug Fir.
Yeah.
If you guys want to come out and see him, please join him tonight. The St. John's.